This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man on bail on gun-related offense arrested for robbery. One of the suspects in the June 18 robbery of a farm store in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, is now in police custody. Reports from the St. Elizabeth police say that about 9:57 a.m., men armed with handguns went to a store where they stole $950,000. The men also attempted to steal an SUV but were unsuccessful in their bid. Police say they then went to another location on the premises where they stole a motorcycle from an employee before fleeing the scene. An investigation into the matter led to the arrest of one of the suspects on Monday, July 4. The suspect, who will be charged for robbery with aggravation, was on bail for another gun-related charge, the police said. Suspects arrested following bloody weekend in Mandeville. Head of the Manchester Police Division, Superintendent Lloyd Darby, says investigators are close to making breakthroughs into 2 of 3 murders which rocked the South Central Parish on Saturday, as suspects have been held. In the first incident, about 2:03 p.m., Ricardo Bennett, a 49-year-old fisherman of Old Harbor in St. Catherine, was standing outside a remittance outlet on Juicy Plaza in Mandeville when he was pounced on by a gunman who opened a fire, hitting him. Bennett was taken to hospital by security personnel, where he was pronounced dead. In the second incident, about 10 p.m., 15-year-old Vesteroy Sinclair was shot dead as he attempted to save his mother during a struggle with gunmen at his home in Turnatop District near the South Manchester-St. Elizabeth border. In the latest incident, shortly after 10 p.m. Sunday, Adrian Michael, 35, a chef of Colleyville near Cristiano, was shot dead at a wake in Hearties when a gunman pounced after jumping over a concrete wall. In 2 of the incidents, we made arrests and the investigations in all 3 are progressing nicely. We just want to ask you, the residents, the citizens who might know something that can assist with these incidents or any incidents that have occurred in our parish, to participate in the process and to give the information to the police, Darby told the journalist on Monday in Roxborough. We have different methods by which you can do so. You can call 811-311 if you want to do it anonymously, he encouraged. When asked about the motives for each incident, Darby said the probes are at a delicate stage. I would not elaborate on the arrest, but sufficiently to say we are progressing with the investigations and we hope to reach a conclusion in at least 2 of these matters in short order, he explained. However, he said that the police are exploring the possibility that Bennett's murder is perhaps linked to lottery scamming. We are exploring that possibility based on where the incident took place. We know that people receive monies from these institutions that are engaged in scamming, and so that is one factor that we are exploring, but we have not reached any conclusion as yet, he said. We are relying on footage from Jamaica to help us to identify the suspect in this matter, he added. I just want to offer condolences to the families of these victims and to reassure the citizens of Manchester, Jamaica and the diaspora that the police in Manchester is using all of its resources to do all it can to solve all these murders, said Darby. Police corporal on murder charge offered bail. Police Corporal Damian Alder, 44, was yesterday offered a $1 million bail before the Supreme Court in Kingston. The allegations are that in September 2019, the policeman fatally shot one of 2 men he was pursuing along Connolly Avenue in Kingston 4. The incident was captured on closed-circuit television. In applying for bail, the policeman's attorneys, Peter Champagne QC and Richard Lynch, submitted that their client fired his service weapon in self-defense based on reports received. It was reported that the deceased man, Odell Lambert, otherwise called Ruff, was involved in an armed robbery in the area. Corporal Ald had initially been denied bail last year as a result of another charge against him, that of wounding with intent. However, in the matter he was found not guilty. He was represented by the same attorneys. In making the application, Ald's lawyers argued that there has been a material change in circumstances to include the fact that the other case was resolved in his favor. In granting bail, the court ordered very strict conditions, including reporting to the Office of the Commissioner of Police and restrictions from visiting the area where the incident is alleged to have happened. Ald is expected to face trial in October 2023. Teens charged for cop and cabbie's death in Central Village. Two 19-year-old men were Monday charged in connection with last year's gruesome killing of a policeman and a taxi driver in Central Village, St. Catherine. Corporal Delvin Jackson, who was assigned to the Glengulf Police Station in the St. Catherine North Division, and Kenroy Chandler were attacked and shot by gunmen on Honey Lane in Big Lane, St. Catherine. The cop was robbed of his firearm and an undetermined sum of cash by his killers. Charged with 2 counts of murder and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition are Andre Martin, a pig farmer, and Daniel Gillespie, otherwise called Ras, a laborer. Both men are from Big Lane in Central Village. They were charged by detectives from the Major Investigations Division. The police said they are searching for at least one other man in connection with the incident. On August 18 last year, residents reported hearing explosions sometime after 7 p.m. and called the police. On the arrival of the lawmen, Corporal Jackson was seen lying on the roadway with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at hospital. A gray Nissan Tida motor car with the engine running was found at the scene. The area was canvassed, and while the scene was being processed by cops, the body of Chandler, who was from the West Prospect District in Bagwalk, St. Catherine, was found in bushes with gunshot wounds. It is reported that Corporal Jackson was in the area on personal business, allegedly to purchase a Mark X motor vehicle when he was shot. Klansman trial faces another setback. The defense in the trial involving alleged members of the Klansman gang is now tracking down 5 cops needed as witnesses, 2 of whom have been suspended from the force for at least 3 years. The matter, which was expected to end this month, could consume more of the court's time. The 5 were on Monday ordered subpoenaed after 2 defense attorneys told the court that the cops who had been the ones to enter the details about their clans into the station diaries in the Spanish Town lockup could not be located. 2 of the cops were on suspension, while the other 3 had been reassigned. Last month, subpoenas were issued for the custody of diaries and admission books from the lockup and the correctional facilities, with the understanding that the individuals who created those records would appear before the court to give the evidence. The matter was forced to adjourn on Tuesday last week to allow for attorneys who had not even identified who the individuals were to verify who they were and have them brought before the court. On Monday, after the court had heard the evidence of 2 of 3 correctional officers, attorneys indicated that the records from the lockup were still unaccompanied and requested the subpoenas for the cops by name. The defense contended that prosecutors' refusal for the records from the correctional facilities to be agreed evidence without having to call the actual witness was another difficulty they faced. Chief Justice Brent Sykes, commenting on the issue, said, "At this rate, it is unlikely the trial is going to be finished this term, given the issues creating in gaining access to records which are in the custody of the police and the correctional services." The Chief Justice said the use of judicial time to track down all these individuals was not the best use of time and resources. The Chief Justice had only last month said that he was expecting that the trial, which is the longest-running matter of its kind, having started in September last year, should be finished at the end of July. All things being equal, we should be getting to the end of the evidence by next week, and then we are going to be having a break before the addresses begin so that persons can get their thoughts together, and then the summation should begin before the end of the legal year, the Chief Justice had said, following the last of unsworn statements from alleged members of the gang on June 23. The trial will continue at 10 this morning in the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. Justice Ministry to probe video of JP's questioning murder accused. The Ministry of Justice says a probe is to be carried out into the circulation of a video showing murder accused Rasheen Barnett being questioned by 4 justices of the peace. A news release issued on Monday afternoon by the ministry says the investigation will be carried out by the Custos. It says if the investigation shows breaches of the Justices of the Peace Act and the Code of Conduct, there will be consequences. The Ministry of Justice expressed their concern at the video being circulated on social media. It said that checking on the well-being of accused or detained persons is an appropriate role and the duty of specified JPs who form part of a visitation lockup prison committee established for justices of the peace. However, the ministry said any engagement of activities, including videotaping, is inappropriate and should not be done. It also noted that it is inappropriate for JPs to be present during a medical examination. In the video, Mr. Barnett is asked whether he was assaulted by the police. Mr. Barnett responds that he was threatened but not hit. The video also shows Mr. Barnett stripping to his underpants and being examined by the medical doctor and the Justice of the Peace, Andre Cook. The news has been informed that the Custos of St. Andrew is to meet with the Justices of the Peace seen in the video. There has been strong criticism from other Justices of the Peace following the incident. Senior attorney and the former president of the St. Andrew Justices of the Peace Association, Peter Champagny, has said that the incident is shocking and should not have happened. Mr. Barnett is in custody for the murder of a mother and her 4 children in Cocopese, Clarendon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.